Hey YouTube, I am NegZ, or sometimes just Negs. This will be the first in what will hopefully become a very long-running series called... well, we'll get to that in a bit. For now, in each episode of this series, I'm going to take one piece of Destiny lore that exists only as text and give it the audiobook treatment. I really hope you like it, and I wouldn't at all be mad if you wanted to hit that like button, or if you felt compelled to give that subscribe button some love too, or even the notification bell. But only if you wanna. This episode, we're going to start with the first piece of new lore released for Season 10, Season of the Worthy. A fun little story that Bungie calls What Gives Me Pause. It begins immediately after the fade to black of the video where Osiris confronts Rasputin. And if those words mean absolutely nothing to you, I really hope you'll stick around anyway and grow to love these lore entries as much as I do. But enough of my blather. We begin on Mars with an unexpected confrontation.
It's been a while, old man. The tower looks at you and sees a god. But I see a thug, a murderer, betrayer. You know why I left the Infinite Forest, what I saw. A line has been drawn in this system. Light on one side, dark on the other. Where do you stand?
I'm willing to overlook your past. Crimson light quivers, exhales, and surges in waves across bedrock walls at quickening tempo. Defied machination ripples in judgment. Trust doesn't come easily with you. Osiris's eyes wash in warmind light. He remembers Saladin's words, remembers the names that were. He feels small again, against the wash, alone. Osiris feels the weight of Rasputin's assessment. Rhythmic cipher crashes over him as displays sling projections into maddening motion. Osiris's face splits into golden multitudes to consume the information. Eyes in all directions searching for the path. Rasputin constructs a model of the system, highlighting an anomalous signal near the edge of Soul's influence. Osiris's mind sieves the data into manufactured purpose. He is led, never one to follow, with nothing left to chase. Oxidized dust scours the landing pad. Sagira greets Osiris as he exits the bunker and slumps into his jump ship. How did it go? Better than expected. Did you say hi to Anna? She is busy. We have a lead. Osiris grips the flight stick. His gaze slips betwixt and between points of focus. Do we have to leave right now? Sagira floats into his sightline. I'm sure Saint would... Their eyes don't meet. We have a long flight. Sagira relents. Her tone sharpens. How long? Kuiper Ort expands. Kuiper slingshot achieved. Course correction negative. Brake line trajectory failure. Alert. Gravitational anomaly. Bow. Solar warmth peels away into guideless vacuum as Osiris skims across the heliopause. A hollow serenity bathes his face. What is it? Osiris breathes a sigh of relief at the sight of the anomaly. An answer. I feel strange. Sagira settles from her orbit about Osiris's shoulders, her voice crackling with interference. It might be best if you stay with the ship. It might be best if you had better ideas. Osiris grunts under his breath and cuts the engines. I won't be long. Course correction negative. Brake line trajectory failure. That's never true. Sagira scans the warping stillness. There's nothing in there, Osiris. No reason to worry then. Sagira narrows her iris at him. I can't even find a point to transmat you to. No matter. What? Sagira faces the anomaly. What are you trying to prove? Osiris affixes a visor to his helmet and clips a localizing beacon to his belt. With a hiss, his head swims in pressurizing atmosphere. It has to lead somewhere. His helmet radio vies with interference. Sagira droops in disappointment. Does it? He looks through her, eyes sullen and heavy. He nods. A great maw yawns before them, wicked and soft. Brilliant unfurling layers of opaque invitation. They drift. The deep comfort hums through his skin, breeding a resilient calm, a silent static stasis boiling away at the brim of consciousness. Collision alert, bow, course correction, negative, collision, imminent. The anomalous maw welcomes. It is a gullet, endless in hunger and depth that splits reality like petals opening to consume the sun. The depth warps. Sweet flavor spins through the senses. It cradles him, locks in motionless descent, rocks away fear with warm recognition, stretches and warps and cribs. Collision alert. Starboard, bow, abeam, radial, aft, bow, abeam, port, aft, radial, port, bow, course correction, negative, trajectory, failure, collision, failure. It spreads through space set adrift beyond and before, until there is only within. Within, a point. Lone and stark amid the undulating expanse, distant at the edges, and forward, only deeper. Osiris a wayfaring witness, a reluctant heir, a broken promise made true, a husk to fill a throne of sustenance, a share to prune the vine, a warden to vacancy, a mind elated and crestfallen, a sojourner of meaning, ever seeking. He turns back. Sagira's light blinks from the shaded canopy within his vessel. Starless bends weave and break through pools of luminescent memory. They flow to the point beyond. The point grows gaunt, and if he were to reach out, he would brush the walls with his fingertips. Osiris stands in dark, quiet comfort. He treads, placid trim. He swims in depth lined by pale rivers of white gnashing far below and above. He sends forth his echoes. Their sight finds no purchase in the gullet. They push the walls beyond his fingers and let stand only the path of want. They drift until no longer felt. The skeins neither snap nor remain. Before him, the gnarled point softens and splits into a blooming cathedra, a metal seed laid barren in the bosom of the throne in a pool of light. A nexus. He plucks it from the pool, from its drippings spawn a rapturous light, spreading through the enormity and ravenously washing over the gullet at increasing pace. Dark gives way to cold, reflective alloy, to logic and formless calculus. The cathedra, overwhelmed by prediction, rings with the dull mimicked tone of congruence. They scream to Osiris, his mind. They crave, never to tire, his unique causality. They would grow, unceasing, death to death forever. The path of want falls to assimilation. Osiris flees to the safety of Sagira's blinking light. The gullet quivers reverberation that trails his every step in sentient chromic glisten. He calls for her, to open the ship, to break the false light wave that besets his every step, to... "I'm glad you changed your mind." Sagira's shell shines a reflection across the cockpit as Osiris's jump ship rolls to face the sun. "Ready to go?"
Kuiper, slingshot, jump lock, trajectory clear, green line.
"Sagira?" He grips a cold metal seed. "Yes." The sun hangs dim and distant on a sea of ink. Its waning glare burns the focus out of Osiris's eyes. Blind to all of the points they drift. Engines humming in anticipation. Vessel drenched in an angular shadow. And that'll do it for today's audiobook. Thank you so much for joining me. I am beyond ecstatic that you stayed till the end. Maybe one day YouTube will have some kind of, I don't know, simple, easy, built-in way for you to show how much you liked it. But for now, I guess we'll have to settle for you clicking the like, subscribe, and notification bell buttons. YouTube, am I right? Oh, and let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas for a title for this series. If you feel so inclined, you can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, just like here, as Negzy758. But for now, all praises and copyrights to our Lord and Savior Bungie Inc. I am Negzy, and I'll talk to you next story time.